everyone, it's Hannah, and it's time for another Craftea Chat Podcast. Craftea Chat Podcast 10. We're in double figures, and I will address the eye patch in just a second. I just wanted to welcome you all. It is Thursday, the 23rd of March, which means that April is fast approaching, which is quite exciting. Oh, it's my last podcast in March. Spring is almost here. Yes, thank you so much for watching. I'm getting distracted by my eye patch. If you are new to the channel, big extra special welcome to you. Feel free to hit subscribe, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for taking yet some more time out of your life to watch my videos. It truly means a lot to me. All of my social media info is not only here but can be found in the description box below, and we also have a podcast Ravelry group called the Craftea Chat Ravelry group, and I forgot to show off my Craftea Chat mug. Da-da-da, Hannah's crafty mug. Oh, it's too hot, it didn't focus. That's fine, you get the gist. But yes, the eye patch. So I woke up, well, I went to bed a couple of nights ago and my eye started to be painful. So I thought, great, another sty. And then yesterday it was incredibly painful. And today it is still incredibly painful. So last night I said to Mario, I should crochet myself an eye patch. And he said, yes, you should. So I have. And of course I've used sparkly yarn because why not? But I didn't want to put makeup on it. Because not only would it have been painful to put makeup on it, it would have been really painful to take makeup off of it. I keep doing warm compresses throughout the day. It's the only time that my eye doesn't feel pain, but it's weird because I can kind of see through this. I'm trying to keep my eye closed, but it's difficult to do. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it too long because that's not a fun thing for anyone. So let's just get on with the podcast. Yay! I haven't explained, this is a knitting and crochet podcast. And the first we're going to do finished things, and I suppose I should say my first finished thing is this eye patch. I can't remember what pattern I used. I literally went on Ravelry, searched for eye patch, and found a free crochet tutorial. It used Aran weight yarn, so I used double knit yarn and a strand and 4-ply yarn together, and just because that's the first black I picked up, and I wanted it sparkly, so it's sparkly black. And no, I don't wear it all the time, although it is tempting. It's surprisingly not comfortable at all. So I'm probably going to be fiddling with it quite a lot throughout the episode, so I'm really sorry if that distracts you at all. Also, I forgot to say, in the Ravelry group, I'm really all over the place today, you will find notes of everything that I've made and links to all of the patterns and stuff. So yeah, finished things, like I said, the eye patch, and also I finished my souvenir socks. They're actually different lengths. This one is longer than this one because I took them to Edinburgh Yarn Festival and I got distracted at the knit night and was knitting round and round and round and round and round, and then suddenly realised that I should have started the heel and didn't really want to unpick it, so I just went with it. And I turned a heel after having 2 siders, which I'm quite proud of. So these are my souvenir socks because I like making souvenir socks. I've made it a thing. Went to Barcelona with Mario in October and went to a local yarn shop, bought a skein of hand-dyed yarn that was hand-dyed in Barcelona. So this is, I bought it, yeah, local yarn shop. This is Ovejita B. It's Spanish, so I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. In the Lala Nalu colorway, which is the name of the shop, on her Brilli Brilli base, which is sparkly. And it just reminds me of Barcelona, and it's really nice. I have a tag around here somewhere. I literally saw it yesterday. It's probably on this mess of a table somewhere. Souvenir socks, finished. Next up, I then, obviously because I finished those socks, so I had to cast on another pair of socks on the Saturday that we were in Edinburgh, and I finished them Sunday just gone. So they took just over a week to make, which is pretty slow by my standards, but so these, oh, I forgot to say, these socks are being entered into the Stringing It Together's podcast Euro Stash Cow, and I've actually written Euro Trash Cow, but I definitely meant Euro Stash Cow, which is where you use indie dyed European yarn and knit something. So they got entered into that. You've still got a few months to participate in that, so feel free to check that out. Oh my goodness, this eye patch is so distracting. And then, yes, I have these, which are going into Pin Feathers and Pearls Stripy Socks Cow, or have gone into, I've already emptied them. The second pair, and this is using Regia yarn, and no, I haven't blocked them, and I don't have a sock blocker and whatnot. And this is in the colour 07202, which is the Blaumeiser colourway, which means blue tip. And it's already patterned. It's not an Arne and Carlos, but it's a similar jobby. And then for contrast heels, cuffs and toes, I just used some cheap Aldi cream yarn that I had. But it's such a springtime sock. I'm tempted to enter it in for March of the Grocery Girls sock thing. Maybe I will, because it is quite springy. Sorry if you can hear that like buzzing in the background. I don't know if you can. They're doing some building work. Standard, always doing building work when I have videos to film. But yeah, one of those things. So those are my finished things of the week. The eye patch literally took about half an hour to make, if that. And then 2 pairs of socks, which I think is quite a feat. I'm quite proud of that. I am a fan of Regia yarn. I'm going to be sad when I leave Germany in the summer and the price of Regia goes up substantially. But even though I made longer socks, I still only used 50 grams of yarn for both of them, with some left over. This one I went a bit to town because I made them so long, but this one, 50 grams for 2 socks, with contrast heels, cuffs and toes. And my goodness, the cathedral bells are now going. Ugh, I'm not going to apologise, I didn't wake up early enough this morning. I did, I woke up super early and then went back to sleep. This eye patch is so distracting, but it's better than what's underneath. Okay. Ooh. So now my Cozy Memories blanket, because we're moving on to whips and hooves. We're moving on to the Cozy Memories blanket because I actually picked it up this week when I finished both pairs of socks and I didn't know what to cast on. I just took some time and worked on my Cozy Memories blanket a lot, and I'm halfway through a square. Of course I'm halfway through a square. So I didn't show it last time, but I think I did a couple of squares before that, but this was the square I was halfway through when I last filmed. And then I did all of these, like I did all of this row. Oh, this is terrible filming, Hannah. And then, so if I'd have done 3.5 more squares, I would have done the equivalent of a full row. But yeah, I did this one on St. Patrick's Day because it's green. But yeah, I've been really enjoying working on this because I was running out of minis, so I think that's why I put it down for a little bit. And then some very generous people sent me minis, and then I also signed up to do a mini skein swap, and I did another mini skein swap just anyway, and so now I have lots of minis, so now I can work on my blanket a bit more, which is exciting, and I have enjoyed working on it. This is the pattern by Kemper Ray of Junk Yarn. It's the Coziest Memories blanket. I'm following the pattern exactly, except for I'm using 2.5mm needles because I didn't have a 2.75, and it seems to be working. So 46, so I cast on 23 and 23 stitches for a total of 46, and then up the middle. I forgot to say what pattern I used for my socks. I'm really sorry, everyone. So all over the place. So I used a 2.25mm needle. I cast on 64 stitches. I did a standard heel flap and gusset because I like the way that these heels fit. I use Kristin Lehrer's pattern of Woolenvine and of the Yarngasm podcast. She has a free sock pattern. That is the one that I've used. I like it. My mum recently also finished her first pair of socks using Magic Loop. She's made socks before, but she's never done Magic Loop before, and I taught her recently when I was at home. And it's the first thing that she's ever knitted for my dad, which is, they've been married almost 30 years. They've known each other for longer than that. Like since my mum was 4, that's how long, and my dad was 6. But yes, it's the first thing that she's knitted him, which I think is super cute. And apparently they fit wonderfully, so she's very proud of herself. So next up, we have a hoe, because I realised that I didn't have, oh, I've got an extra set of needles here. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I realised I didn't have anything for March for Katie of Inside Number 3's Harry Potter, year-long Harry Potter cowl. So I cast these on Monday. And I already have a sock. So these are my If Hermione Were a Hufflepuff sock. Because I use the Hermione's Everyday sock, patterned by Erika Lueder. Always pronounce everything with a German accent is apparently my theory of life. Such a funky pattern. Without the funky pattern, the yarn knits up like this. But I think it looks cool like this. Makes it look like I'm doing some kind of intricate colour work when I'm not. It's my first pair of Hermione's Everyday and I am a fan. Let me get the tag out for the yarn. So this was a purchase from Edinburgh Yarn Festival. I saw it and thought, they are Hufflepuff colours, so I had to have it. This is by Ripples Crafts. It's just hand-dyed sock yarn, 75% wool, 25% nylon. It doesn't say it's superwash, so these are never going in a machine. It's quite toothy feeling, but I quite like that in a sock. And this is in the colour So Melrosian, and I had no idea what Melrosian was. So I took it upon myself to Google it. Apparently it's a town in Scotland. And they, each year I think, I don't know, I tried to look it up, but it didn't explain too much. They nominate like the person, like a mayor, I think it's like a mayor, and they have banners that are yellow, black and grey, which is what the colours of here are. And I've also seen some people wearing tartan of these colours, but I also looked up Melrosian tartan and it wasn't these colours. So if anyone has more information about Melrose, let me know, because apparently I don't know. And I've cast on my second sock. And I have a Deathly Hallows stitch marker that I got from some lovely post that I've received for yesterday that I will go into more in fattening up my stash. So yeah, no second sock syndrome here. I'm using 2.5mm needles. I cast on 60 stitches using German twisted cast on, which is my favourite cast on of choice for a sock because it's that little bit stretchier. And yes, although the pattern is for 64 stitches, you can easily adapt it to be for 60 stitches, so that works fine. My eyebrow's hidden, so I'm just gonna rearrange this, How do pirates cope? How do pirates cope? Probably because they don't have a crummy crocheted one. And then my final whip, which is being held in my Fringe Field Supply bag. Bit obsessed. I've cast on my first sweater. I haven't got very far, but every time I look at it I panic a little bit, so I do a few rows and then I put it down and I keep work on a sock. And I do a few rows and then I put it down. So this is the back. Oh wow, oh, my field of vision is very, like my depth perception is so different with one eye. Yes. So this is yarn that I also bought in Edinburgh, so this will be going back here, like this. Come back on the face, there we go. You can't see it because my hair's in the way. So this is the Blue Hour sweater, which is by Suvi Simola, and I'm using yarn by the Knitting Goddess. The grey colour is in silver, and the purple colour is in violet, and it's 4-ply. And I'm trying to be very organised and keep the labels with the yarn. 75% British BFL, 25% British Masham. Both of the wools are sourced from UK flocks and are processed and spun in the UK. It's not superwash, so this is the violet colour and this is the silver colour. I didn't do a very good job of winding these. I borrowed Becky, who is Soprano Knits and the host of Stringing It Together. I borrowed her ball winder and wound my yarn by myself for the very first time. So I feel quite the sense of accomplishment, even if it's all kind of coming out and I'm not doing a very good job. That's fine. So yes, I've only just got started, but it's going well so far. I seem to be understanding everything that it's telling me to do. I'm just a little bit stressed because it's my first jumper I've ever knit, and I obviously want it to fit and to do a good job. So at the minute, I'm not quite at gauge. I'm a little bit like, I knit the square it said, and it said it should be 10 by 10 centimeters, and mine is 9.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So we'll see. I still have time to switch to the large if I want to. So if not, I'm making a medium. Good tea. Good tea. Okay, so now I'm on to fattening up my stash. Now my stash has fattened up quite a lot in the 2 weeks since my last podcast, because I went to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, which I'm sure a lot of you are sick of hearing about. But I have already done my EYF haul. I had that in my Edinburgh Yarn Festival vlog, so thank you to all of you who have watched that. Much appreciated. And who have left positive feedback and whatnot. So I'm not going to re-haul that because that's not that interesting for anyone watching. So if you would like to know what I bought at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, go and check out my EYF vlog and check out like the second half, I suppose, I think. Oh, this eye patch is really annoying me. I feel like I have a very different mood. Very different mood in this video to what I normally do. Usually I'm a lot more upbeat than this, but I don't feel 100% like myself. So I did receive some lovely packages from people this week, which was really nice of them. Becky, like I've just mentioned, Soprano Knits and Stringing It Together podcast, is my neighbour, and she's also become my yarn pimp. So a lovely lady called Kristin wanted to send Becky some things, and also included a bag of things for me in there, which is so nice of you, Kristin. Thank you so much. She sent some tea, which I don't have over here, and she sent some sweeties, which I also don't have over here because I have to hide them from view, otherwise I will eat them all. But she also sent 2 skeins of sock yarn. So these are Austermann sock yarns, Austermann Step, das Original mit Aloe Vera and Jojobaöl. I imagine that's how Germans pronounce jojoba oil. I might be wrong. It's a self-striping sock yarn, 25% superwash virgin wool, 25% polyamide, chlorine-free, saves a great deal of water. It says less chemicals, but I'm sure it means fewer chemicals, because if it's countable now and you use the word fewer, otherwise you use less. Wow, I'm such a nerd. So this is in the colour 0288, which knits up stripy like this, and it's kind of like pinks and darker pinks and dusky pinks with blue, which is really lovely. And then there's this colour, which is 0259, which knits up like this and is like bright yellows and oranges, well, like a mustardy yellow, and oranges and greys and pinks. And then it has this like patterned bit in it as well. And I really like them. I think they're really nice. And Becky will probably benefit from these as well, because they only need to use half a ball to get a pair of socks. So she may be my yarn pimp, but it's not for now. So thank you so much, Kristin. That really means a lot to me. And then I got a package yesterday, because that came on Monday, Tuesday. Then I got a package yesterday from a lovely lady called Bernadette, who is Eco Geek, and she said she just wanted to send me some things to welcome me to the knitting community, and literally I opened this up and wept. Bernadette is a co-host of the Wet Coast Wools podcast, which is a yarn shop which is in Vancouver, in Canada, and she made me this bag. And I love me a TARDIS. is the exploding TARDIS. For those who don't know, I love Doctor Who. And then it's got this wonderful yellow zip, and then it's lined in the TARDIS blue. And literally, I wept when I saw this. But then she also sent this one, which is phone boxes, because I'm English. I forgot to say, I live in Frankfurt. It's a gloriously sunny spring day. But I am English. And it's lined with this wonderful dark grey, denim-y-esque canvas fabric. And then phone boxes, and then it's got this red kind of sparkly inside. And this was very poignant that it arrived yesterday, because obviously phone boxes is a very English thing, even though there aren't too many of them around anymore, and they're more just for tourist things as opposed to people using them because everyone has a mobile phone. But because of the attacks that were in London, it just seemed that little bit more poignant to receive this yesterday, and it was really nice. So thank you so much, Bernadette. Amazing. I'm going to store my blanket in this one because I have another bag for my minis, which my blanket was originally in, but now I don't have space for it in there, so my blanket's going to be stored in a phone box. Oh, I made a good cup of tea this morning. But not only did she send that, she also sent me these incredible buttons. I won't show you all of them, but these incredible buttons, and I've got quite a few of them. I think 10, I don't know, I'm not going to count them now, but I have quite a few of them. She also sent some minis because she knows I need them, and she sent some stitch markers, one of which was the Deathly Hallows, oh it's over there, one of which is the Deathly Hallows stitch marker, but she also sent some other ones, like a little the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and some yarn, and there was this one which is a molecule-y thing. Hi, I'm not a science person, I don't know if you could tell, but I asked my science friend Anna, and she says it's dopamine, but it looks a little bit like a really cute caterpillar, and they're on these lever-back ear wires, which I adore, because you can use them both as progress keepers and also stitch markers. Or I do anyway, I don't know if you're meant to, but I definitely do. And then she also sent me a little yellow tape measure, so I don't look like such a loser at knit night now. And it contrasts beautifully with my fringe bag. And then she also sent us 2 skeins of, well, she sent 4 skeins of yarn, but she sent 2 of each, which is amazing. So this is Luxury Sock, and it's like the softest yarn ever. It's in the colour Ocean, number 6. And it is, where does it say? 60% fine merino superwash. Oh, it's got it in French as well. I'm trying to read all of it. 60% superwash merino, 30% nylon, 10% cashmere. So it's so soft, and it's such a gorgeous colour. And this is by Loops and Threads. Gorgeous colour. Cannot wait to knit with this. I'm probably going to pair it with cream heels, toes and cuffs, because I think I have a thing for cream heels, toes and cuffs. I think I like it. I think it's my colour. But these are so soft, it's incredible. And then this is Premier Yarns, the Deborah Norville collection. I don't know who that is. Serenity sock weight. Oh, it's a free sock pattern on the reverse of the ball band. 50% superwash merino, 25% bamboo and 25% nylon. It says to wash inside out. How interesting. And this is the paprika colorway. So that is a pretty cool color. It's quite springtime. It makes me think of like flowers and stuff. Maybe that's just me. Probably is just me. So I have these socks to make as well. So thank you so much, Bernadette. Yeah, definitely cried. I mean, I was already feeling sorry for myself because of my eye, but I just can't get over how generous knitters are. And then I signed up for a like a yarn swap with the Notorious podcast, and I received a package yesterday, and the name I received it from, I didn't recognize it, and I looked everywhere for it and thinking, where is it, and then I checked my emails and then saw that the person that I got it from had sent an email to the Notorious podcast yarn swap group, because And I don't know if this is right or not. The person that I was paired with is not the person I received yarn from. So, a bit confusing. But anyway, she sent me some wonderful body lotion and also 3 skeins, so generous, thank you so much, of, I just brought all of my stash bag out here, Spud and Chloe. So this is stripy sock yarn, self-striping sock yarn, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% silk. They all are 80% superwash merino and 20% silk. So I've got this colour, which is 7810. This colour, which is 7860. And I have this gorgeous baby pink, dusky pink colour, which is 7807. And I'm thinking this, I want to make an exploration station. I've talked about it since my first podcast, but I want to make one. So I bought this, which is La Bien-Aimée at EYF. I was given this by the lovely Kristin of Vine, which is the last unicorn colourway. This is the Magellanic Cloud, which is a galaxy. I looked it up. And I'm thinking this, and then I just need one more colour. Then my exploration station is ready to go. So any colour suggestions, please, would be grand. I have a light silver, but this is silver in, so I don't think I could use that. Help, 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 help. This is like dark purples in and darker pinks, and this has teals and purples. So maybe a purple? Let me know, because these 3 look fab together, so they're definitely getting used. And that was from the lovely Sarah, so thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you so much Carrie and Kelly of the Notorious podcast for arranging this swap. Okay, so my battery's flashing at me. I need to do podcast recommendations super quickly. So first off, we have Wet Coast Wools, which is hosted by Bernadette, who is Eco Geek, who sent me the lovely things that I showed you in the project bags and stuff, and Glenda. Hello ladies, I have been binge watching your podcast. I didn't realise that you had one, and I love all of the jumpers that you knit. So inspired to knit all of the sweaters right now, which is great because spring is here. But it's fine, it's fine. They are based in Vancouver, Canada, as I said, and they podcast from their yarn shop that they both work at, I think. I don't know, I haven't binge watched all of them. I'm really sorry. I don't know if one of you owns it or what. Anyway. And then I have Talk Yarny to Me, which is hosted by my friend Amy of Odd Knits. Not of Odd Knits. She's also known as Odd Knits Adventures. But yes, Talk Yarny to Me. She is based in the southern half of England, judging by her accent, which doesn't necessarily always mean anything because I'm moving back to Nottingham and I speak like this. But yes. She makes really lovely things. She is so fun and colourful, and it was lovely to meet you at EYF, and I'm sorry that I didn't get a photo with you. I was buying my first ever sweater quantity of yarn and it was a bit intense, but yes. I'm not going to talk to you about life things. This is just going to be a short podcast. I feel like I'm not myself in this at all because of this. I have a wedding in a couple of weeks, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to film. We'll see. I might not be able to. I might not be able to do a podcast for 4 weeks, which is quite intense. We'll see. We'll see how I feel next week. You might get one next week instead. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that my eye feels better soon because I feel so sorry for myself right now. Feel free to let me know your colour suggestions for my exploration station because I need them. I'm not the best at putting colours together. And thank you to the kind people that have sent me some lovely yarny gifts. Links to the notes where all of the yarns and the patterns and such are linked in the description box below. Show notes, if you will. My social media is also down there. And I shall see you very soon in Sunday's video. Bye!